curtains down on third Barak Festival. Chief Minister Nongthong Marine reiterates commitment towards bringing equal development in Manipur. MD Abdul Qadir alias Amuti alias Amu of Hyangthang Palak gets lifer in 2014 Sarakadu Bibi murder case. Cops chase away street vendors in Quaramban temporary market as IMC restricts vending hours. Guwahati police seizes huge cache of contraband drugs worth 14 crore rupees from ambulance coming from Manipur. One held. MPCC hits back at government suggests prop by central agency into misuse of PMGSY funds. Refutes Minister Y. Kemchand's statement on MPCC Facebook page. Olympic medalist Mirabai Chanu calls on Chief Minister Nongthong Marine in Imphal. Chief Minister lauds her for her stunning performance. And Supreme Court Collegium recommends Justice N. Koteshwar Singh to become Chief Justice of High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Hello, you're watching IS Primetime English News. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing and hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself, and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. I'm JESSIA OINAM giving you the news in detail. Chief Minister Nongthong Marine reiterated his commitment towards bringing equal development in the state and urged everyone to possess a determined and sincere spirit and commitment all the while. He further sought support and cooperation from the masses towards the initiatives taken by the state government. He was addressing the closing function of the third state-level Barak Festival 2022 at Sanyi Dhari Sports Complex, Khabung Karong in Senapati district today. The two-day festival held on the theme Safe Mother Earth concluded on a high note. Chief Minister N. Bireen also said decision has been taken to shift the festival venue to the Barak River site, adding that the same was taken following a thorough discussion with all stakeholders and after understanding the need to educate the youth about the importance of Barak River, its surrounding, forests, nature and water. He also highlighted the motto of the festival and said it echoes with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's belief of Earth is One. Bireen pointed out that there are around 34 to 35 communities in the state and asserted that it is the duty and responsibility of the Chief Minister to hear their needs and grievances. Bireen also mentioned the different developmental projects taken up in the district, including opening of an open gym at Senapati headquarters, ongoing development of football turf, etc. He further said that assessment of the incomplete stadium at the venue is underway and it will be completed at the earliest. The Chief Minister reiterated his earnest appeal to the masses to extend their support and cooperation to all the initiatives taken by the state government for bringing equal development in the state. Chief Minister N. Bireen during the event also expressed his deepest condolence on the untimely death of the chief of Khabung Karong village. Colorful performances from different cultural troupes were the main highlights of the closing function. Education Minister T.H. Basantakumar, Transport Minister Kashim Vasum, Saitu MLA Haukalat Gibjan, Ukhrul MLA Ram Wiva, Karong MLA J. Kumar Shah, Mau MLA L. Dikho and top officials took part in the event. Altogether, 90 different stalls were opened during the festival, including that of government departments like Fisheries Department, Autonomous District Council, Senapati, District Legal Services Authority, Senapati, Subdivisional Stalls, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, PHED Senapati, among others. MD Abdul Qadir, alias Amuti, alias Amu, age about 35 years, son of MD Ibosana of Yangthang Palak under Wangoi Police Station in Imphal West District, was sentenced to life imprisonment by Session Judge Imphal West today. Notably, Guneshwar Sarma, Session Judge Imphal West, had on 6th of December 2022 convicted MD Abdul Qadir for the offence punishable under Section 302 of the Indian Penal Code, and the court today announced the quantum of sentence. Abdul Qadir was convicted for the offence punishable under Section 302 of the Indian Penal Code for committing murder of Sarakhadun, Bibi of Yangthang Palak in Imphal West District. The court awarded him life imprisonment for the offence 302 IPC with a fine of 10,000 rupees and in default of fine further imprisonment for 6 months. Further, the court also recommended for providing victim compensation under Manipur Victim Compensation Scheme. It should be mentioned that the case was set in motion on the missing report of Sarakhadun Bibi Loch by MD Khomai of Yangthang Palak with the officer in charge of Wangoi Police Station. Later on, the missing person was found dead in the Nambul River at Iromajau, Mamang Leka, near Kongnangkong. On September 2014, the complaint submitted a written report of inquiry of the missing report of Sarakhadun, Bibi of Yangthang Palak from the evening of September 19, 2014, and the inquiry revealed that the victim, woman, was seen taken away from Yangthang Old Bridge by one MD Abdul Qadir at about 8 p.m. of September 19, 2014. On September 21, 2014, at about 9:20 a.m., information was received by police that a body was found floating in the Nambul River at Iromajau, Mamang Laikai area near Kongnangkong. It was identified to be the dead body of the missing woman, Sarakhadun. Street vendors in Quiraman Temporary Market in Imphal were driven away by cops after Imphal Municipal Corporation (IMC) has restricted vending hours today. This comes after Imphal Municipal Corporation (IMC) issued an order restricting vending in the temporary market beyond 12 noon every day. IMC has allowed street vendors in the market from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Imphal West District took up the step following information that there was likelihood of certain resistance agitation in the market after the IMC order. Guwahati police seized a large number of contraband drugs worth more than 14 crore rupees and apprehended a person in connection with the matter here on December 13 night. The arrested person has been identified as Mirajwal Islam. Acting on the specific input, a team of Guwahati City Police led by Joint Commissioner of Police Partha Sarwati Mahanta and ADCP Kalyan Pathak conducted an operation. During the operation, the police seized 50,000 yaba tablets and 200 grams of heroin from an ambulance. Quote, the ambulance bearing registration number MN03C0037 was coming from Manipur, and after intercepting it, we seized 50,000 yaba tablets and 200 grams of heroin from the ambulance. One person has been arrested, and the market value of the seized drug is estimated at around 14.10 crore. A few days back, the Assam police had also seized drugs worth 50 crore rupees and nabbed 5 persons from the Kasar district of the state. According to reports, acting on tip-off, police intercepted 2 cars coming from Aizawl to Silchar on December 10 and recovered the drugs from the vehicles. Police seized 2 lakh yaba tablets coming from Myanmar via Mizoram, and the market value of the drugs was estimated to be around 50 crore rupees. The police had also arrested 5 people for their alleged involvement in the drug peddling incident. Senior spokesperson of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, MPCC, Ningombam Bhupender, has underlined the need for a central agency to intervene in the recent issue regarding the misappropriation of funds meant for construction of roads under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana (PMGSY) in the state, so as to ascertain the truth of the matter. He said the same during a press meet at Congress Bhavan, BT Road today. Bhupender, noting the recent exchange of allegations between the party and the minister concerned regarding alleged misuse of PMGSY funds, suggested that the case be handed over to a central agency for probe to ascertain the truth. He further said that if found guilty, the concerned minister should be removed from the Council of Ministers. He went on to clarify that the recent document uploaded by MPCC Manipur on its Facebook page has no connection whatsoever with Manipur Legislative Assembly as claimed by RD and PR Minister Yumnam Khemchand.
Akoi ngasi Manipur ki prajanasu khangbire madudi Honorable Minister RD and PR na thambikhiba statement da Indian National Congress Manipur ki Facebook page ta karigumba document khara upload tawrai maduna privilege soi haibagi wafam ama khoi thengnajai maduda khoina hajeninglibadi Indian National Congress Manipur ki Facebook page sida upload tawkhraba natraga tawriba document natraga documents singbadu Manipur Legislative Assembly ga mari amata lainati haibadi makhoi gi record adu akoina upload tawkiba natti haibasi makhoi Manipur gi praja miyam da amasong Honorable Minister so khoi haijari Honorable Minister na privilege soi haibagi matang na su adum panbikhi aduna maram oiraga mahakna speaker da Manipur Legislative Assembly da che ikhi hai petition tawki hai adumaina tajai newspaper gi report ge news tagi madugi matang da ngasi Congress party na hajining mudi Congress party akhoi di Bharat ki Sangvidhan bu व्यवहार तौजबा rule of law bu yamna thamoi sengna injaba party ama oibana maram oiraduna adugi wafam dugi matang dadi ngasi Manipur Legislative Assembly Honorable Speaker gida laikhibana maram oire hairaga madudi assembly gi domain da laikhrabanina akoina political party ama oina masida adugi matang da comment amata tawbagi athra laite.
Olympic medalist Mirabai Chanu today called on Chief Minister Nangtong Bombarine at the CM Secretariat in Imphal. Mirabai recently secured a silver at weightlifting World Championship in Colombia. Mirabai shared story of her achievement to the Chief Minister on the occasion. Birane, during the interaction, lauded Mirabai for her stupendous performance and said she continues to be a fountain of inspiration among the youth and many sports players in the state and country as a whole. He also encouraged her to bring more laurels and pride to the state. Mirabai also gifted a T-shirt to Chief Minister Nangtong Bombarine. It may be mentioned that Manipur's on-star weightlifter Saiko Mirabai Chanu clinched the silver medal at the 2022 World Weightlifting Championship in Bogota, Colombia. Chanu lifted a total of 200 kg with 87 kg in snatch and 113 kg in clean and jerk to finish, behind China's Jiang Huihua, who snatched the gold medal. Bronze went to Olympic champion Hou Jihui, also of China. This was Mirabai's second medal at the World Championship after winning a gold medal in the 2017 World Championship. Earlier this year, she had breezed to Commonwealth Games gold with a lift of 201 kg. In the meantime, Kensuke Hariki, National Head Product Support of Kobelco Construction Equipment India Private Limited, also called on Chief Minister N. Birane today at the latter's official residence in Imphal. The Chief Minister during the meet said, as Manipur witnesses unprecedented development, everyone is making all necessary arrangements in procuring the required machinery and tools to realize Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The duo also discussed on providing and procuring the needful machineries for the development of the state during the meet. The Supreme Court Collegium recommended the appointment of new Chief Justice for the High Court of Guwahati, Jharkhand and Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh of Guwahati High Court is recommended by the Collegium to become Chief Justice of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Justice Koteshwar Singh from Manipur is presently serving as a judge at the Guwahati High Court. He was designated as a senior advocate by the Guwahati High Court in 2008. He served as the Advocate General of the state of Manipur from November 2007 till his elevation to the bench in October 2011. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh was appointed as a judge of the Manipur High Court upon its creation, with effect from March 23, 2013. He was appointed as a judge of the Guwahati High Court in November 2012. He served as the acting Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court with effect from September 21, 2020 till January 9, 2021 and from May 9, 2022 till June 2022. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh had schooling from Ramakrishna Mission Vidyapith, Purulia, West Bengal, and pre-university course in science from St. Anthony College, Shillong. While Kerala High Court Judge Justice K. Vinod Chandran has been recommended to be the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Justice Sanjay Kumar Mishra, Judge at the Uttarakhand High Court, is recommended for the Chief Justice of the Jharkhand High Court. Works Minister Govindas Kontaujam said that efforts are underway to prove construction of 13 to 15-story buildings in the state. The minister informed the same during the inauguration of 40 SM Barrack building at Kaching District Headquarters and Irong Salam Achoba Upper Primary School building today. District Administration Kaching organized the event. The 40 SM Barrack building was constructed under Modernization of Police Forces Scheme 2019-20, while the Irong Salam Achoba Upper Primary School building was constructed under MOBC. Minister Govindas echoed the vision of Chief Minister Nongthong Bombarine for prospective and long-term planning in every district across the state. He asserted that since Imphal City is a crowded area, the state government is holding necessary discussions to give note to construction of 13 to 15-story buildings in the state. He also mentioned that the state government had earlier approved construction of buildings till 7 stories within Imphal Municipal Corporation IMC limits. Govindas further said that efforts are also underway for expansion of Mayai Lambi Road along National Highway 137 without further delay. He urged the people to extend their support and cooperation towards the welfare and development activities initiated by the state government. Hyanglam MLA Yumnam Radeshyam, Wabagai MLA Usham Deben, Kaching Jila Parishad Adaksha P. Jiten, DC Kaching Somorjit Salam, and top police and civil officials took part in the event.
Prospective and scientific long-term planning. Every district, Honorable Chief Minister, Taunaba Pandama, Rangasidi, Imphal Manungsi, Zagadi Am Pikpa, Midi Am Kumba, Lefangi Jugo Zadaba, Gari Am Chilakpa, Punamaxing seeing Haraga, Hana, 7-story buildings have Abado, Atu Matam, the Honorable Chief Minister, up to 13-story, 15-story power Savaya Nava, high within Natural Disaster Management. Team Kanaraga, Akoi Masimasu, Akoi Yaragani, that means vertical expansion say, Lampaktorokodi Oidavanina, Mataklom the Inkat Pasi Ayamba, structures in the Twainala Ani and Mayam that comes again.
Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly has nominated 2 Legislative Assembly members as members of the Manipur Town and Country Planning Board 1975 under Section 3 Clause 1 of the Manipur Town and Country Planning Act. The notice informing the same was issued by Under-Secretary of Manipur Legislative Assembly, G. Rocket Sharma. The nominated members are MLA of Mayang Imphal Constituency, K. Robindro, and MLA of Kairao Assembly Constituency, L. Rameshwar. Former MLA of Sagulban Constituency, K.H. Loken, has been appointed as the new Vice President Organization of Janata Dal United Manipur with immediate effect. A press release from President of Janata Dal United Manipur, K.S.H. Burin, said that the same will remain in effect until further orders. Another press release issued by the party state president said that former Chief Secretary OINAM Nabakeshwar of Ningthaukong Ward No. 7 in Bishnupur district has been appointed as the party's new Vice President, Administration and Treasurer, and Meishnam Dorendro as the new Secretary General of Janata Dal United Manipur with immediate effect and until further orders. Mantripukri Battalion, under the aegis of Headquarter IGR South, organized a wreath-laying ceremony for led battalion personnel HB Thapa, Om Bahadur Thapa, and Rama Shankar, who attend martyrdom during an ambush on December 14, 1994. It may be recalled that party encountered an ambush near Haizang village by cadres of a proscribed outfit on December 14, 1994. Sajik Tampak Battalion, under the aegis of Headquarter IGR South, also conducted a wreath-laying ceremony to honor late rifleman Baban Ram at Battalion Headquarter Sajik Tampak today. The battalion eulogized Baban Ram for his supreme sacrifice as displaying courage and bravery while battling with underground outfits at Makokchung, Nagaland on December 14, 1996. Many officers were present during the ceremonies. COVID-19 cases in India witnessed a marked decline, with the country reporting 152 fresh infections in the past 24 hours, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 4,46,75,095, while the number of active cases of the infection has dipped to 3,846, which constitute 0.01% of the total infections. A decrease of just one case has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll stands at 5,30,658, as no new deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,40,743. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.80%. Over 219.98 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala, and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 65 crore 51 lakh, while more than 66 lakh 62,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 62 crore 99 lakh. Globally, USA has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. An awareness program on cybersecurity and emerging technologies was held at Jiri College Auditorium in Jiribam today. District Skill Committee Jiribam organized the program under the initiative of National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, NELIT, Imphal. Deputy Commissioner Jiribam W. Malimngan Bachengle, Jiri College Principal Dr. T.H. Randoni, and NELIT Imphal Joint Director R.K. Bigensana also attended the event. Speaking on the sidelines of the event, W. Malimngan Bachengle talked on the topic and cautioned the people to be careful whilst purchasing items via online. The Association of Manipuri Diaspora, AMAN, Pune, also observed the 83rd Nupilal Day. The event was held at LT's Auditorium in Pune. It was held in collaboration with Symbiosis, Ishanya Cultural and Educational Center. AMAN members, including W. Saitabati, Irom Jiten, and others took part in the event. Attendees also paid tributes to the portrait of late Imas. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be back with latest news and updates. Keep watching IS News.
Electric laktabana maram oiduna asabi ising phanglaro haibi nungsa thiningai leitraba. Thompson Solar Water Heater. contact number 9862669522. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ address ꯍꯩꯔꯥꯡꯒꯣꯏꯊꯣꯡ ꯅꯤꯡꯊꯝꯆꯥ ꯀꯥꯔꯣꯡ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯋꯦꯁ.
Primetime English News. The Rajya Sabha today witnessed a protest over the Indo-China border issue. When the House met this morning, opposition parties including Congress, RJD, Left and others demanded a discussion over the issue. Leader of opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, said they want a detailed discussion over the Chinese aggression as it is a matter of national security. On Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's statement on the face-off between the Indian and Chinese troops at Tawang sector of Arunachal Pradesh, he said mere statement on this matter is not enough. He accused the government of running away from discussion. Meanwhile, Deputy Chairman Harivansh said the leader of the opposition was given the opportunity to speak on this matter yesterday. Later opposition parties including Congress, RJD, Left, TMC, Samajwadi Party, Shiv Sena, AAP and others staged a walkout from the House. In Lok Sabha, also members from Congress, TMC, DMK and others staged a walkout for not allowing discussion over the issue. Meanwhile, informing the Lok Sabha that the Indian rupee is strengthening against other currencies, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the centre will further bring down inflation. She added the government is constantly watching the price situation of essential commodities. Her statement comes days after official data showed that retail inflation fell to an 11-month low of 5.88% in November, mainly due to softening prices of food items. The number of journalists in prison around the world has hit a new record. According to an annual tally by press freedom watchdog Reporters Without Borders, Reporters Sans Frontiers, or RSF, a total of 533 media professionals were imprisoned in 2022, up from 488 last year. More than half are jailed in just 5 countries. China, which remains the world's biggest jailer of journalists with 110, followed by Myanmar, 62, Iran, 47, Vietnam, 39, and Belarus, 31. Iran's protest crackdown has helped push the number of jailed journalists worldwide to a record high. Among the 47 journalists currently in prison in Iran, 34 have been arrested since protests broke out in September over the death in custody of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, who was arrested for breaching the country's strict dress code, while China has the most media workers in jail, with as many as 110 media workers in detention there. RFS said in Myanmar, journalism is effectively a criminal offense since the military coup in 2021, with 62 journalists currently in prison. Meantime, 18 media workers, including 8 from Ukraine, are currently in prison in Russia, where all independent media have virtually been banned. RSF reported that only a little more than 1/3 of the imprisoned media workers across the world have been convicted, adding that the remaining 2/3 are in prison without trial. 57 journalists were also killed due in part to the war in Ukraine, up from 48 and 50 in the last 2 years, respectively. The RSF said nearly 80% of media professionals killed around the world in 2022 were deliberately targeted in connection with their work or their stories they were covering, such as organized crime and corruption cases. It also mentioned that the number of female journalists in prison is also at an all-time high worldwide, rising from 60 to 78 since 2021, largely due to greater numbers entering the profession. India joined the rest of the globe in observing World Energy Conservation Day. In India, the day is observed as National Energy Conservation Day on December 14 every year. The day focuses on making people aware of climate change and promotes efforts towards saving energy resources. President Draupadi Murmu has said that energy conservation will play a crucial role in combating the challenges of climate change and global warming. Addressing the National Energy Conservation Day celebrations in New Delhi today, the president said that India's per capita emission is less than one-third of the world's average emission, which reflects its strong commitment towards conserving the environment. The president also called for maintaining a balance between nature and progress necessary for human development. Speaking at the event, Power Minister R.K. Singh said India is on the track to achieve its carbon emission targets well before time and has already reduced its emission intensity by about 33%. Talking about the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022, he said that the country is relentlessly marching ahead towards the target of reducing carbon intensity by 45% by 2030. He added that the passage of the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022 will pave the way for the enhanced use of renewable energy. Mention may be made that Rajya Sabha MP Sanaja Walesemba has also supported the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022, which was passed in the Parliament. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has also called for the de-escalation in tensions along the India-China border days after troops of the two countries clashed in the Tawang sector of Arunachal Pradesh, resulting in minor injuries to some soldiers on both sides. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said in Parliament on Tuesday that Chinese troops tried to unilaterally change the status quo along the line of actual control (LAC) in the Yangtze area of Arunachal Pradesh, Tawang sector on December 9, but the Indian Army compelled them to retreat by its firm and resolute response. It is the first major clash between the Indian and Chinese armies since the fierce face-off in the Galwan Valley in June 2020 that marked the most serious military conflict between the two sides in decades. This is also the first major incident at the border after Chinese President Xi Jinping was re-elected for an unprecedented third five-year term at the once in a five-year Congress of the ruling Communist Party of China. Now we have the sports news. Argentina have eased past Croatia to book their ticket into the World Cup final, sending their numerous fans in host country Qatar and millions back home into raptures. Inspired by talismanic captain Lionel Messi, La beat the 2018 runners-up 3-0, setting up a clash against either France or Morocco, who square off on Wednesday. Argentina fans vastly outnumber Croatia supporters in Lusail Stadium, the nearly 89,000 capacity venue that will also host the final on Sunday. For the South American giants, Messi scored the opening goal and provided an assist for the third goal, which was scored by Julian. The 22-year-old Manchester City forward has also impressed in Qatar, scoring 2 goals for the South American team to bring his tally to 4 goals in this year's tournament. The match between Croatia and Argentina was expected to be a thrilling one before the start, but it did not turn out that way as Argentina easily defeated Croatia and secured a place in the summit clash. While Croatia had more possession of the ball throughout the encounter, they were not able to register a single shot on goal. Luka Modric did what he does best, commanding the midfield and leading by example. The European side will not be packing their bags just yet. However, Croatia will be back in action at the Khalifa International Stadium on Saturday for the third place playoff on Saturday. Meanwhile, Argentina have a date with Destiny on Sunday back at Lusail iconic stadium. Sunday's game is likely to be Messi's last chance to win the competition and advance Argentina's defeat to Germany in the 2014 final, while the second day of the World Cup 2022 semi-finals will pit two-time champions and holder France against Morocco. Morocco are currently unbeaten in this tournament and have stunned the footballing world not once or twice but 3 times by beating Belgium, Spain and Portugal. In the meantime, France defender Raphael France insisted that his side were hungry for a place in Sunday's final and they would not be complacent when they take on the tournament surprise stars Morocco in their semi-final showdown. The France versus Morocco match will be played at Al Bayat Stadium on December 15 at 12:30 p.m. Third place playoff will be played at Khalifa International Stadium, Qatar on December 17. The final will be played on December 18. 32 teams, national teams, nations arrived in Qatar last month to compete for the sport's biggest accolade, the World Cup 2022. Naremthong dropped ICSA Irengbum 6-1 in the league match of the ongoing A. Shanta Meitei Memorial 13 Senior Women Football League for IWL qualifying today. The match was played at Lamlong Thongkong Artificial Turf Ground. Meanwhile, today's league match between YWC Langtabal and ESU Wangkai ended in a draw. ICSA Irengbum will lock horns with MPSC Manipur Police, while KRYPHSA Naremthong will face UPSA Pukao in their respective league matches tomorrow. Altogether, 7 teams are competing in the league tournament organized by All Manipur Football Association since August 18. Kaishamthong Kendra Kangkut has entered the finals of the ongoing 4th OINAM Charlie Memorial League Cum Knockout Kendra Wise Kang tournament. In the semi-final match played today, Kaishamthong Kendra Kangkut trashed Singjamay Kendra Kangkut A 17-13 to secure a place in the finals. Meanwhile, Kundrapam Kendra Kangkut will play against OINAM Kendra Kangkut in another semi-finals tomorrow. Winner of the match will be played up against Kaishamthong Kendra Kangkut. The tournament is organized by Singjamay Kangkut under the aegis of Manipur Kang Association at Singjamay Kangshang in Chingamathak Chongtham Laikai. Altogether, 9 teams are competing in the tournament held since October 23rd. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Curtains down on 3rd Barak Festival. Chief Minister Nongthong Mombarin reiterates commitment towards bringing equal development in Manipur. MD Abdul Qadir alias Amuti alias Amu of Yangthang Palak gets lifer in 2014 Sarakadun BB murder case. Cops chase away street vendors in Quirman Temporary Market as IMC restricts vending hours. Guwahati police seizes huge cache of contraband drugs worth 14 crore rupees from ambulance coming from Manipur, one held. MPCC hits back at government, suggests probe by central agency into misuse of PMGSY funds. Refutes Minister Y. Kemchon's statement on MPCC Facebook page. Olympic medalist Mirabai Chanu calls on Chief Minister Nongthong Mombarin in Imphal. Chief Minister lauds her for her stunning performance. And Supreme Court Collegium recommends Justice N. Koteshwar Singh to become Chief Justice of High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. That's all we have in this bulletin. Coming up next, we have IS Primetime Manipuri News at 9 p.m. Till then, good night.